Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is James, and I'm going to start building this vintage RC airplane kit that I recently purchased on eBay. So I originally built one of these back in the 1980s. This is just a trainer, and it's a simple kit build. It's nothing too detailed and not very elaborate, and it's actually designed to be a quick build. So this is just a basic balsa wood kit. So this is, it says on here RPM. Actually, this kit was produced by a company called OK Models, and the reason it says RPM is because a lot of their kits, from my understanding, were distributed under different names. So there were hobby shops that sold these, or they imported them, and they kind of rebranded them. So nowhere in this box or in the instructions does it say OK Models. Man, I looked and there was just nothing here that says OK Models. But this is the kit that they produced. So this is a 25 size airplane. So it calls for a .220 to a .252 class. Two cycle engine, and a .35 to .45 4 cycle engine. The 25S I think stands for I think the S may stand for standard. They made a 25L, which I believe was a low wing version of this. So it's 4 channels, and it doesn't have a tail wheel. It's sort of just a dragger, but I'm going to go ahead and put a tail wheel on it so I can steer it around. And then for my engine, I'm going to put this OS 25 FP on there. Again, I got it on eBay. So like I said, I built one of these back in the 1980s. I recently got back in the RC airplane building, and I decided maybe I can try to find this plane. And there's a podcast called RC Plane Lab, and I contacted the guys on that podcast, and they were actually helpful and helped me figure out help me remember what plane this was that I had back then. And this is it. All right, so like I was saying, the company that built this was OK Models in Japan. Now, they're still around. I don't know how big a presence they have in the United States. I did some searching online, and I couldn't find like a US or like an American website for them. But they do have a website in Japan, and they do sell planes. So I don't know how easy it is to get one of these, but they do have these planes for sale. The only difference is that they don't call this plane the Barnstormer. I think now they just call it the Fighter, and also it's an ARF. It's not an actual kit. I don't know if they actually do kits anymore, but anyhow. So I was able to get this on eBay, and I do kind of keep an eye on things, and they do pop up once in a while. So if you find something like this interesting, you can look for it on eBay, and maybe you can grab one. And then also, this is not a difficult build. This is basically a trainer kit, and it's not only is it a trainer to fly, but it's also a trainer to build. And it kind of tells you there, you will have a lot of fun building it, and even more fun to fly. So this is not, I think you build this above the plans. You don't need to put the plans down and pin everything down. There will be some of that, but most of it is sort of above plan building. So it's kind of a simple build. It's sort of in between like a true kit, as I would call it, and an ARF. It's basically a beginner's kit. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open and take a quick look. I'm just going to do a short little preview in this video, and then I'll get a little bit more detailed later. Oops. So again, there's the specifications. The length 37.5 inches, wingspan 51, wing area 450 square inches, weight 53 to 56 ounces. There's the engine, the channel. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with 3 channel. You probably just have just use the ailerons. So anyhow, all right, so here you go. Nice old wood kit. So there is some interesting things in here. So this is a little insert that they have in the kit here, and I don't read Japanese, I don't speak Japanese, but the only thing I see on here that would indicate, maybe show you that it's an OK model, is the fact that there's an OK right there. I'm completely ignorant. I don't know if that means anything, But that's the only thing I see in this entire box, even on the instructions, where it suggests any manufacturer. Like I said, it only says RPM, and I can't find any information on RPM themselves. So, like I said, I do believe this was just basically a rebrand of the OK Models kits. So here's the instructions. We'll look at those. Cool. I like those old instructions. And there's a lot of, you can see it's written in Japanese and in English. So here's the kit. I'm not going to pull everything out of here, but I just want to do a quick little preview, and we'll do that. We'll take everything out later. But here's the balsa wood. There's a little hardware kit, another hardware kit right here. The wood looks pretty good, you know, for a kit that's been sitting around probably for 30 years in somebody's garage or wherever. It's in pretty good shape. I did build another vintage airplane kit a while back. It was the Chipmunk from House of Balsa, which was my previous video series. And again, the thing was sitting in my garage for like 30 years. And I've seen online sometimes that sometimes the wood can go bad or maybe not hold up over the years. And I can understand that happening if you live in a place where maybe you have a lot of humidity or, you know, major heat or major fluctuations in temperature and stuff. But I live in Southern California, and things are somewhat moderate. So these kits, this thing survived the years, which is really cool. So anyhow, all right. So now I guess I'll just move on. In the next video, this was just the introduction, and in the next video, we'll go ahead and set up the build. I'm going to go ahead and build it on my table here. Here's my work area, and I guess that's it for now. So okay, well, stay tuned, and in the next installment, we'll start putting this thing together.